Hey everyone, welcome back to Crypto Cash. Thanks again for joining me here. Hope you're having a phenomenal day. Quick look here at Bitcoin, seeing what's going on. We're going to jump into the back-end data and kind of just take a look at liquidation, because this seems like a liquidation hunt followed by a potential retracement. Again, there's a lot of speculation the price could go up or down from here, but this doesn't feel amazing, even though it's really nice to see a little bit of green in the market today. So please understand that the market's kind of responding very well here so far. So I'm not saying that we're out of the woods yet, but this is absolutely a good start. Okay, so we'll double check a few key factors here. So if you're new to the channel, not a financial advisor, I hope you can learn some today. CryptoCash.tech is the site if you want to become a better trader. We've got a trading academy, community, and signals group. So when it comes to this here, this is pretty obvious. I think we talked about 41,500 being a key level of not necessarily resistance, but more so just a previous support level turned resistance level, and in turn a lot of leverage was hanging out there and or liquidated there. So 40,600, 41,500. Big surprise, the price comes right up to 41.6 and turns right around. That's like the exact same level that we had as a significant support before the price dropped. What's funny is 41,600 was actually a key level amount of liquidation that we had from before. If I pulled up like a chart from a couple weeks ago or a week ago, you'll see 41.6 heavy concentration liquidation. So they just swept those levels there and effectively just turned things around on us. So that's what market movers do. So make sure you understand this is not a perfect situation. With that liquidation level getting swept, there's potential this lower 38.5 could get hit next. Okay, now it doesn't just go up and instantly down, but you get the idea here. What they're doing is they're lulling us into a false sense of security at this level, thinking that the price is going to break bullish, and it will likely inevitably turn around after they've swept that upper and lower level. So again, pretty standard stuff here. So we'll talk about power of three and those things later, but right now we got this upper level liquidity swept. Strong likelihood the price is going to pull back if it cannot break through this 41.6 mark here. Even if it breaks 41.6, we still got plenty of resistance up at about the 42.5 range, and there's different circumstances we want to pay attention to. So not a best case scenario right now, folks, just a good case scenario, mainly because we took some nice profits here with our Solana trade we took a couple days ago, right? 30% in one day, or well, 1.5 trading days. And it's funny, everyone was super scared about that trade, and I get it too. Market was not an optimal situation, but Solana is performing tremendously better than most other coins right now, so just be mindful of that. However, all that being said, let's go ahead and take a look at the daily and work our way down, see what's going on. So if you're new to the channel, you'll recognize that I do things maybe a little different than most, right? I try to explain how things are the way things are, and obviously talk things through. So what we like to do here is understand more about the daily time frame. This hasn't changed too much since yesterday, but stochastic RSI is still swinging upwards. We got some time here where the price could continue sideways and up for a little while. We can also see that the RSI is still under 50. That's generally a bearish sign, and we've been there ever since. What is it? Drum roll, please. January 12th. So 14 days, roughly 2 weeks at this point here. We've broken bearish. Okay. Until we get back up over 50 on the RSI, we have no reason to consider that to be a positive contributing factor. My speculation is we'll reject out once we get closer to 50 on the RSI and pull back further. Okay. But either way you look at it here, everything we see here so far is still bearish. The MACD is not diverging quite as strong, so I wouldn't say it's bullish by any stretch, but it's trying to converge. And of course, we got the moving averages here. 100-day SMA so far holding like a champ, but we got the 20 and the 50 working as resistance levels there. They're averaging themselves out really close to that 42.5 mark. So keep in mind 42.5 based on Fib here, most recent levels, is somewhat of a resistance level that will probably hold as a strong resistance in my personal opinion, just based on that being kind of an average true range for the price action for Bitcoin. You can see that we have the second most amount of volume, at this price point, right there at about 42,600. Yeah. So a significant amount of volume at that level. Once more, the price continues any further, 44,000 would be the secondary resistance level. We can break above 44K. I think we're getting good shape here to see somewhat of a bullish uptrend. Now again, that's more big picture. I think initially, in order for us to get any further, we got to close at 41.6 or higher. That's just kind of the initial trends there. So that's kind of where I'm at there in that sense for Bitcoin. Let's go ahead and double check the 4-hour time frame and kind of see if there's anything else telling here for us. So we are up over the 50-day SMA. I mentioned that's an important level to be above to not only break this descending trend line, but to also kind of have some kind of bullish continuation. So my speculation is we'll see kind of a green weekend here for altcoins and Bitcoin if Bitcoin can stop right where it's at, or continue where it's at rather. In other words, we want to make sure that we get some confirmation, but it's a solid chance that we'll have a pretty green weekend this weekend if Bitcoin can maintain its current price or higher leading into the weekend. What we don't want is for Bitcoin to retrace again closer to the end of today's trading day, and that would kind of hit the reset button for us. My speculation is we're going to spend a little bit of time between 41.6 and 42.6, and that will kind of build confidence in the market. And once everybody's late longs are in, then we will see the price action turn around. Again, it's more so just a feeling that I have from the market. There's nothing really set in stone here letting us know the price is just going to reject out and turn right around. It's just one of those normal things where, this is a sweet little fake out, getting people to feel good about it, and then they're gonna yank and pull the trigger again. Once more, it just makes sense to have one more retracement before we see the price recover quickly. So to me personally, I've just been adding to my position for Bitcoin regardless. I hope you can too. But the general sense here is that we're not in a perfect situation right now. Being below 41.6, even if we get above that level, I'm still not convinced that we're going to continue tremendously higher. Again, just some thoughts there. Okay, so we're up over 50 on the RSI on the 4 hour. That is a very positive sign. We haven't seen that also since January 12th, right? So this is a good stepping stone to get us to that level where we can be over 50 at the RSI that daily. Okay, so some things to kind of think about there. Money flow index traveling behind. Stochastic kind of jumping up and down and where it's at currently. And then, of course, we got the MACD still converging here, as we've known for a little while. So all that having said, that's a pretty positive contributing factor. So by no means, again, is this a perfect situation. We've got, once more, some resistance levels averaging themselves out at 42.5. That seems to be the common denominator here for the moving averages and Fibonacci retracement, right? 42.5 is going to be the next level there. So the price comes up to 42.5. I would expect we're going to see a lot more resistance. That would be a prime position to consider some shorts. Between now and then, of course, we could, but I think it's still a little premature to short, just because we're waiting for that level. And to clarify too, I did send out an update here, kind of letting people know, hey, we're looking for shorts when Bitcoin travels into the 41K range. That's true, but it doesn't mean you just go massive shorts right now because we're at 41K. You kind of want to wait for the price action to stabilize. Now, it could just drop down and we miss some opportunities. That's fine. I don't care about that. Truth is, what I care about is not taking positions that don't hit their targets. So to me, waiting a little bit longer for a trade that may or may not happen is more worthwhile than taking a trade that shouldn't happen. Okay? Again, I know it's a weird concept to be patient in the market, but it really, really helps. So what we're looking at here on the hourly, let's quickly double check this. We probably already know this, but we're above the cloud. This is all the more reason to not consider shorting just yet, because there's still indicative. The price is indicative of strength for the moment. While it's just a single pump there and it's not like a massive movement by any stretch, it is still volume nonetheless, and we need to respect that. Going into today's trading day, we want to kind of see where we're at. So my anticipation is that the price will stay between 41,000 and 41,600 today. If it closes in that range, then I would say that some longs throughout the weekend for altcoins should be viable. We want to pay close attention to Bitcoin dominance and make sure that's not super high, which it is, and the price of alts are going up. So you got to recognize that's not a bad thing. But there is an inverse there as well, where the price action of alts will start to drop if Bitcoin dominance comes back. Either way you look at it here, we have pretty good signs here that Bitcoin's back on track, and I hope you're seeing the screen here that I'm using some significant bunny ears, kind of letting you know that this is a false positive in my personal opinion. At least until we can validate 42.5 or higher, I think we're in a situation where this could be like just a quick little fake out before the price pulls back. But once again, I think it's best to wait until today's trading day closes to get confirmation and see where we're at. Between now and then, there is some profits to be taken on some altcoins, so make sure you do that. We took, again, some nice healthy profits there, 30% in, day and a half on Solana for, I think it was a 7x leverage trade. Okay, so keep in mind, we're keeping things tight and safe for a reason, but once we have full-on confirmation and we've broken bullish, then I would say different story altogether. But between now and then, we're kind of in that funny area still, right? This still feels a little premature. Even though I want to take some shorts right now, I just don't think it's an appropriate time to do so with alts, at least until we get a little bit more information. Quickly to note on more information, just to go right back to liquidation, obviously 38.5 is that level that we want to understand. for shorts, or sorry, for longs being liquidated, but for shorts there is still a heavy accumulation at 42,300. So to me, it makes a little bit more sense for them to sweep that upper level of liquidity before they bail on this push here. Again, stranger things can happen, but I wouldn't be surprised if we see one more push up to surprise some people, and then we'll go from there. All right, folks. Anyways, we'll take a look at this again later. Thanks again for watching. Hope you learned something today. And we'll look forward to seeing you in the next video. Very last thing too, of course, because I get tons of questions. Yes, Bitunix is a phenomenal exchange. Link down below to register. I highly recommend you use my link just so you get some benefit rewards there, but they are very, very, I don't know how else to say it. They take really good care of our community. They took some, they were able to compensate a lot of people for having to close their position going into like this upgrade they have. And after the upgrade, things are super smooth, super fast, especially here in the US and Canada. So check that out. Also, a quick congrats to our 5-month-old trade at 250% for Dusk. Good job there. All right, folks, have a great rest of the day. We'll look forward to seeing you in the next one. Take good care.